And now it's time to kick off the Friday night ZOE Ragchew. Live streaming from Hamilton, Ontario, the ZOE repeater 443.075. Your host tonight, Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey. Actually, the host of the net will be VA3LBI. That's Larry, and he's on the East Mountain here in Hamilton. Let's stand by and let him kick off the net.
Evening all, and welcome to the Friday night ZOE Ragchew on 443.075 as a plus offset and no tone is required. My call sign is Victor Echo 3 Lima Bravo India. My name is Larry, and I'm located in East Hamilton Mountain. It's an open net to join the conversation. Give us your call sign and your name. Tell us about yourself, your equipment, ask any questions you would like to add to the conversation. And before we start, I'd like to thank Terry, VA3IMW for the use of that repeater. And please remember, using a repeater has very good coverage in Ontario, so no religion, politics, or foul language. And last but not least, please let the repeater drop so others can get into our conversations. I get check-ins for Friday night ZOE Ragchew. Come on in.
Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey.
VA3 Whiskey Papa Golf. Everybody else checking in their Friday night ZOE Ragchew. Come on in. By the way, Mac, are you live streaming tonight?
Roger that. Just look for my call sign and in the YouTube search engine, VA3IMW, and scroll down until you'll find the red live button, and that's where we are.
Thanks very much, Mac. Appreciate it. Any other check-ins for Friday night ZOE Ragchew? Come on in, VE3LBI. It's a quiet night so far tonight. I was just wondering, did anybody actually have a look at the moon last night with the eclipse? I know I didn't. I was up around 2 o'clock, 2:30, but I didn't see too much at the present time. I take it everybody else is probably doing the same thing, sleeping. So, okay, no problem. All right, Mac. Well, how's the work week been? And my question is, you're glad it's Friday night and you got a weekend.
Yeah, definitely glad to be into the weekend. So TGIF. The only downside to today was it's the last day before we go back to the normal onslaught of traffic. I have had an absolute dream this week traversing back and forth to Guelph. The traffic has been as light as a feather, so the trip up and down the highway has been totally enjoyable, and never had any hindrances for making progress either way. So I'm sure that will change next week when everybody comes back from whatever they're doing, wherever they're doing it. And I'm not sure. Who knows? Maybe we'll get one more day of reprieve for anybody who's stretching their vacation time out over the spring break. But yeah, I had some unofficial good news come in today. So this project that I have been working so hard at looks like unofficially they've whispered in somebody's ear that we're going to be awarded the work. So it's a big pat on the back for myself. And whenever something like that happens, yeah, it's definitely a good thing. Regardless of the political situation, it sounds like we're in good shape for another 7-year extension to our existing program, which is somewhat profitable. So, yep, that's about it for now. And I guess next time around we'll talk about March 22nd at Salt Fleet Park. But right for now, I'll take a quick standby and let you greet all the rest of your visitors.
tonight. This is a quick check-in for you, notes on that. VA3IMW is a quiet day today. We'll move again tomorrow. The days are late.
Yep, just a couple questions for you, and then you got might as well tell everybody about the race on Sunday. Go ahead if you want to tell them about that.
And then you got the race we're doing on Sunday in the event.
Fill us in a bit more. What's it all about, Garnett? I asked you guys, and you said, well, tell us more. What's it all about, the whole thing, please?
Yeah, it's a 10-kilometer run, and Dave and I were race marshals. We sit around and we were talking radio, make sure the road's okay. It is on the bay. I run the bay this Sunday.
And of course, you get a great big huge salary for doing that, right?
I only wish.
Maybe like Tim Hortons coffee would be free, Garnett.
Yeah, we get a T-shirt anyway.
Oh, good. Okay, well, that's good. How'd you make out with your door, by the way?
I hadn't done any more on it. I had been setting. It's looking good though.
Okay, excellent. I was anybody once. I was down there yesterday. Dropped in to see Garnett for a bit. So, all right, we got Chris coming in here. VA3WPG. Come on in, Chris. You can show me.
Okay, everybody, VA3WPG. I guess radio-wise, from the, turns out I got another award for the Dundurn and Tiffany Falls activation I did. I got March the 12th. I got a whatever the heck this says, Wiggins Akalifa, some whatever Hunter Award. Guess they're using the scientific names. Working 700 different units. The ballon that I took down from my balcony for POTA is in my POTA bag, and my new one came in today. Trying to just got that all set up and trying to test it out now. Not having much luck on the POTA. The KP is a 3. Didn't have any luck getting Manitoba on FT8 or Quebec on FT8 with 30 watts, and managed to get a W0 station. And yeah, that's about it. That's where I'm at now, and just listening to the net and seeing if I can get something a little further away than zero area in the USA with the wire here.
You're a member of the our Discord, right?
Yes, I am.
I can't remember how to do it, and hopefully maybe somebody will remember. If not, I know Wade will. You should probably add your name in the Discord so that when you go out and activate, it pops up in the Discord before it actually hits. Well, it actually goes in 2 places. It goes in the POTA app, but we also get a notification through the Discord when somebody's activating. And I'll be honest with you, Chris, I do not remember how to set that up offhand.
That's why I don't really use Discord that much. I think in order to do that, you need to know some sort of a programming language. Then you have to set up a bot, and to do the bot, you have to know your program. I'll just stick to the POTA app. That's why I don't go on Discord too much. It's too much for me.
Comment.
All right, give me 1 second, Wade, or Mac, please. No, Wade has already set up the bot. You just have to put a command in with your call sign, and you're automatically put into the POTA portion of the Discord, our Discord, and it pops up. So Mac's got a comment in there. Come on in, Mac.
Yep, spot on. Yes, so Wade's already set up the bot, and in one of the subsections of Discord, he's actually put in the instructions of how to add your call sign. So it's something really simple, like an ampersand add, and then your call sign and enter, and it just happens, something like that. I'm not too sure right now which of the folders it's in, but like I say, there's instructions that are embedded in the Discord, of how to add your call sign to that so that everybody else gets notifications when you're at a park.
Not so what I mean by the programming. It's Discord commands and this and that, and instructions are there, and then this is. I'm just gonna not even bother with Discord. It's just too much Discord. It's not my thing.
Oh, well. So something that we can chat with Wade about while we're getting together on March 22nd. And you're going to be surprised at how simple it is.
The thing is I've done the Discord before and didn't work. Didn't work well for me before, and it's probably not going to work well for me this time. It's just Discord and me do not mix well.
Well, if Wayne comes in, we can find out. It's very simple, actually. It's just a couple of, it's not even a command. It's just like a couple of characters you put in with your call sign. By the way, how did you make out with your motorcycle? I know you're working on it.
I got a hole in the front tire somewhere that I can't find with the soap, and I got it waiting for a chain alignment tool. I'm probably not even going to bother with this bike much more. I'm probably just going to start looking for something new. It's had its time.
Well, use the old bathtub trick with the tire. Well, I guess you got to take it off, right? The tire. That's a big thing. So, mind you, I guess the front's not as bad as the back. I think the back would be a real pain.
Back is easier than the front. It has a center stand that lifts the back tire off the ground.
Oh, okay. So it is a little bit easier on the back, but I thought the chain would be quite the issue with it.
There's a couple stoppers. You just take the bolts out and just pull the whole axle right out. The whole tire, axle, spacer comes out. Just pull it right back. I don't even have to take the exhaust off.
Oh, okay. Well, excellent. Okay, I just thought it was more effort. I thought the front tire would be a lot easier. Well, up to you, I guess. I mean, I don't know what you're doing. The old story was when I guess somebody had a flat tire in a bicycle. They were in a race where they fill it full of grass. I guess you could fill it full of that self-expanding foam.
Yeah, I could do that. I just don't know because the engine is a big problem. I got oil coming out from somewhere, whether it be the head gasket, the valve, piston rings, and I'm not going to go that far into the motor. It's going to be more than the bike is worth, probably.
Yep, no, I hear you. All right, Chris. Anything else before I pass her down? A few officers there?
Oh, no, that's it. I'll be listening. VA3WPG.
Okay, thanks, Chris. All right, anybody else checking into the Friday night ZOE Ragchew? My call sign, Victor Echo 3 Lima Bravo India. Come on in.
Victor Echo 3, Kilo Delta Tango.
And he's running Jason's power supply.
Yeah, you got a bit of a buzz in there tonight, Noel.
Yeah, I was going to ask. I hooked up a new microphone, and I got a little bit of a buzz, but is it really that bad?
I don't know. Mac, do you think it's distorting his audio at the same time?
Well, it depends on how much of a buzz he's got. Hi.
Sorry. Keep in mind, I also I'm fighting with the last of my voice here, so I apologize. Just wanted to say hi and test it out. It's both a USB and analog microphone, so I think my other attempt might be if it's too noisy, I might try and use the USB for power and plug there's a headphone output that I might be able to wire into the radio.
Yeah, it's definitely an AC hum. So it's indicative of a 60 hertz thing. And so, yeah, it's probably not your voice that's being distorted. It's just your voice is distorted because you've been using it too much.
Yeah, Roger. No, mostly I just haven't been talking much. I've been fighting the cold, but I thought it was all going away, and now that I got the boys here and I'm answering 1,000,001 questions, it seems to be cutting out on me again.
Well, it definitely has got a bit of a hum there, that's for back down the volume. I don't know if you have another radio. Probably do, and you could probably listen to yourself, or even go. Mac is actually Mac is actually live streaming this, so I got around 8:14 right now, 8:14 area according to the time. You go back and listen to it. It's not overpowering your audio at all, but it definitely is in the background.
Yeah, I got it. I'll give it a try on the other wiring, but that's another project, so I'll just make do for now. And like I said, I don't have much left to say anything else, so I'll get my eyes in, and please just skip me for the 7-3 round.
Okay, no problem. Oh, were the kids off? I guess the kids who've been off school this week with the break, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, they had a good March break so far, but I'm sorry, that's what I'm losing it there, Larry.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Yeah, voice getting a little bit crackly there. All right, well, carry on with the boys. Enjoy the weekend with them. I'm sure you're probably taking them back on Sunday, so supposed to get some weather. Actually, there's a special weather statement up for Sunday. Lots of rain and high winds. I think it's anywhere from 60 to 80 kilometers an hour. I said kilometers. I didn't say miles an hour, but kilometers an hour. So it's looks like we got a little bit of a storm coming in on Sunday. I believe also possibly with thunder and lightning. All right, let's put a shout out again. Anybody else want to check into the Friday Night ZOE Ragchew? My call sign Victor Echo 3, Lima Bravo India. Come on in.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Delta Victor, Cal from Stony Creek. VA3NCA.
Okay, I got Cal and I got Wade. I'll pick up Cal first. Come on in, Cal, VA3LBI.
How are you? I hope everything's well. Just turned on the radio, heard the net, so I thought I'd check in. I don't have much to say tonight, but I'll be listening for as long as I can. Not sure if I'll be around for the 73 round, but try me and I'll see if I'm still here. Thank you. And thanks for doing that.
Oh, so you're not mobile tonight. You're actually at home tonight.
Yeah, you can tell, I guess, from the signal.
Well, normally when you call in, you say you're mobile, but yeah, definitely better signal from your home than it is from your mobile.
Yeah, although I'll say that I guess the guys at Zoe had recommended I buy that Anytone mobile, and it's made a huge difference because I'm able to hit the repeater in most places in Hamilton. So I was grateful for that advice. It really turned out to be a good piece of advice. Anyway, but tonight I'm on the Yezus 991A, which I still like as radio. It's done me well, and I'm running that Diamond X antenna, which seems to be working out. Back to you.
Yeah, I'm running the Diamond X52. As a matter of fact, I think quite a few people run it. I think Mac's running a different one, and I believe Chuck is also running a different one, but they're both Diamonds. I was going to say, oh, by the way, yeah, did you get the radio, the Anytone? Did you get that from the DX Canada there?
Yeah, the guy who he's in Stony Creek. I dropped by his house and picked it up, and it's been fine. Installed it, no problems with it. He was able to get it to me within the week, so quite fast turnaround time. I was really impressed with that.
I actually had picked one up. I forget the model of it now. Oh, it's in one of my folders on my computer. But I actually picked one up from him quite a while ago now. Actually, it's in the garage. I leave it in the garage all the time, connected up. It's just a very simple, nice little radio. Not too complex. The only thing I don't like about mine is there's no true volume control on it. You have to press the button and swing the dial to move the volume up and down on the audio out.
Yeah, you know what? That's something I don't like either, especially when you're driving. You know, you get some signals that are surprisingly loud, and you want to really quickly turn them down, but you can't. So what I have to do instead is, I don't know if you know this, but if you hold that, I think it's the power button down for a couple seconds, it will mute the audio completely. But still, then you can't hear anything, which is not good either. So it would have been good if they would have just put a regular volume control on there.
By the sounds of it, you're probably going to be exactly the same radio I have. And again, I don't remember the model of it. It's not a big deal. So, all right, Cal, listen, I'm going to drop down to Wade here. Anything else before I do?
No, I'm good. Thanks again.
Okay, not a problem. All right, Wade, VA3NCA, VE3LBI. Come on in there. Actually, we're talking to Chris there about putting his call sign into Discord. He thought it was a bunch of stuff he had to do, but I told him it's just a couple of characters you have to put in, and he can actually add his call sign in Discord, so that when he's in there and doing an activation, it pops up for us. But maybe you could, if you'd lighten him on that a little bit, if you could.
VE3LBI, VA3NCA. Yeah, good evening, Chuck. Chuck, wow. Good evening, Larry, and good evening, all on net. Yeah, let's see. So do you mean so that he's spotted when he spots on POTA, that his spot gets reflected in our spots page? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, on our Discord site, there was just a couple of small characters. I mean, you could do a real short and abbreviated. I know that. You know, you one that was like at call sign. What do you get? Well, I think it's like at C or something, and you put your call sign. I can't. You know, Wade, it's been a while since I've done it, and I've forgotten how it actually you do it.
Yeah, no worries. Actually, if you go to the Spots Conversation channel, and up in the top right-hand corner, if you click on the pin, then you'll see a pinned message from you that describes everything that needed to be done. But very, high level, if you want to list any of your call signs that are configured to be included in the Spots site, your own call signs. So if you hold multiples, this list would be one line for each one. You can do !LM, which stands for list my calls. You can also type !list my calls, but it's much easier to do !LM, and that'll list what you have currently. If you don't have anything, it will come back with an empty list. And then if you want to add a call sign to it, it's !AM, Alpha Mike. So you do !Alpha Mike space, and then the call sign you want to add. So for most of us, it'll be a VE or VA3, obviously. Some of us will have extras. Some of us, if we're traveling, might even want to include a call sign stroke, call region if you're traveling, say, in the States. Basically, the entire call sign you add to your list should be A, your own, and B, it should be one that you expect to be spotted on. So if you then want to remove one from your list, you can use !DM, Delta Mike, which is delete my call. All of that is listed up in detail if you hit that pinned message in the Spots Conversation page. What will happen there is it will check periodically, about once a minute. Maybe, I can't remember now, maybe it's a little more often, but it's at least once a minute. It will check for all of the spots on the POTA.app page, and it will, if it finds a match for somebody who has opted in, it will list that spot on our own Discord so that we'll see if one of our own is currently spotted.
Okay, thanks, Wade. Anything else, sir? Go ahead. How are you making out with your bike?
Very good. Actually, today I took the afternoon off. I used my vacation time and I took the day off because a good friend of mine who I worked for many years, he came here from Australia over 20 years ago, and now he's going back. And so, anyways, he's also a cyclist and used to work with me there at Mac. He moved over to Sheridan College a couple years ago, and we kept in touch. Anyways, long story medium is we went out for a ride this afternoon. So we did about 45 or 50K around out to Inksetter Road towards Ancaster, and then back around through Dundas. Then we stopped for dinner at the Phoenix on campus. So that was a good afternoon, much better than working, that's for sure. So that was my afternoon, and I only got back a short time ago. It was the first run of the bike since I got it back from the shop for its maintenance over the winter from the abuse I put it through last year with all the riding. So it's doing well. Doesn't stay in the high gear. It doesn't stay in the high gear, the highest gear, it kind of bounces between the highest and the second highest, but I think that is just a matter of it's got a new cable, and it takes some time for that to stretch out. And so it will either stretch into the shape where I can then reliably use my highest gear again, or I will just in a couple weeks, once it's done in the stretching, I'll take it back in for an adjustment. But other than that, it works beautifully. And yeah, I got 45K in today, and then had a nice chat with my buddy there before he heads out at the end of the month to Australia for a job at university back home where he went to for his undergrad, so he's doing full circle there. So yeah, so we got to get the bike rides in now because a couple weeks from now he'll be flying halfway around the world. So there you go. Back to you.
So is he originally from Australia?
Yeah, he is. He grew up there. He came here in late 90s, maybe early 2000s. I don't really know. He started out at Laurier University when he got over here, but then he came to Mac 10 years or so ago, and by the time he left, he was deputy CIO. So he moved up the ladder faster than I ever did. So I guess that means he's a better politician than I am. I don't know. But anyways, a couple years back, he moved over to Sheridan, and now after his couple years there, he's moving the family back to Australia, back closer to his parents, who I guess are getting a little older. So I think that feeds into it quite a bit.
Yeah, good for him. Yeah. Well, sometimes it's not the political part. Sometimes it's doing something else to get up the ladder. But anyways, I leave that alone. But no, it's just kind of interesting that he would spend his time here, and then I guess he found something, like you say, back home again with the parents and stuff, and back to another job back there, which would be quite interesting for him to go back to. So I guess a complete change for him.
Yeah, I think it's going to be quite an adjustment. It, in the broader geopolitical area, it might not be the worst time to get away from North America. I don't know, but anyways, he's going back to the university that he did his undergraduate at in person when he was still in Australia, and he actually did distance learning from the same university to get a master's while he was here. So I think that when he applied for the job over there, I think it kind of helped that he had gone through his schooling through that organization already. So sounded like a good fit, and I guess they were ready for a relocation. And then with his family and all there still back there, I guess everything just aligned. So yeah, so I hope he has a good time with it, and I'm sure the internet makes it easy to keep in touch. So. But now I got to find somebody else to get up early on a Sunday during the non-winter months to go for a bike ride with me. So I don't know how to find that.
Well, I don't know about that anymore. I don't ride a bike too much, but I used to. So I hope you're keeping his bike under lock and key.
Yeah, that was half our problem, actually, finding a place to keep the bikes, because none of the places that are bike-friendly are quite ready for cyclists to show up again this year. It's a little early in the season. So the few places we knew that had places to keep bikes where they were in view while you ate, they didn't have those parts of their operation open. So in the end, we just said, well, you know what? We can throw them in my office. That's a nice, safe, locked area on campus, and then just walk across the street to the Phoenix there, right on campus. The only downside was you got two people who, other than on a bike, have no right to wear cycling outfits in public, and there we were. So we asked for a table in the corner and enjoyed a beer and a dinner. So. Other than that, it was a good plan. So it allowed us to throw the bike someplace that we knew they'd be safe while we had our dinner. So.
Well, very good. I know those things aren't cheap. So, okay. Anything else, Wade? Before I give a shout out.
Yeah, no, nothing. I got here a little late, but I'm here for the rest of it, and so I'll let you pick up anybody who might be waiting behind us to carry on. So thanks for picking up there, Larry, and I'll send it back to you. VA3NCA back to net control.
Yep, okay, thanks, Lee. All right, anybody else checking into the Friday night ZOE Ragchew? My call sign, Victor Echo 3, Lima, Bravo, India. Come on in. Looks like a quiet night tonight. So, Chris, VA3WPG, VE3LBI.
Yeah, VA3WPG. When did DX Canada start local pickups again?
Sorry, what was that? What did which?
When did DX Canada start local pickups again?
What do you mean local pickups? Oh, I mean, I've gone there before and picked up from him right to his house.
So did I, and then last time I called wanted to buy an RS 918, there was no more local shipping available. There was no more local pickup available a couple months ago, and then someone just said they did pick up. I didn't want to pay shipping on the RS 918, but there was no more local pickup apparently.
Okay, that would have been Cal. The one I picked up, I've had it for probably a year. VE3CDV. Cal, when did you pick up your radio from DX Canada?
Hey, Larry, it's VA3, by the way, CDV, but I think it was about a year ago in Stony Creek, and I remember I do have somewhere I have a text message with the guy who runs the place because he accidentally sent me a message with someone else's details, so I had to text him back. So somewhere I have his contact. Yeah, I think it was about a year ago.
I don't know then, Chris. You'd have to contact him directly and find out what's going on. As far as I know, you could still pick up. You didn't have to go and have it shipped. You wouldn't have to have it shipped to your house.
Okay, because I did pick up there before, and then the last time, but this was only a couple months ago. I was wondering because I thought Cal said last week he picked up a radio or something, but this was just a couple months ago, shortly before I got my ICOM 706. So I'm like, oh, is he shipping or is he picking up again? Oh no, this was a year ago. I thought Cal said it was last week. Never mind.
Comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just found this text that I exchanged with the guy, which will tell us within a week or two when I bought the radio. So it would have been in May of 2024. So that's when I bought it.
Okay, and I wasn't shopping until about September, October 24, so maybe things have changed since then. Okay, VA3WPG.
Comment?
Yep, go ahead, Lee.
I'm VA3NCA. Are we talking about the guy in Stony Creek, DX Canada, QSL?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, I think he might have moved. Do we know if he's still in Stony Creek? The reason I say that is because I placed an order with him a short time ago, and he sent the wrong item. And when I chatted with him about it, I mentioned that I would be happy to come and swap it with him in Stony Creek, and he said he had moved out east. He wasn't any more clear than that, and so in the end, he just sent me the proper item and let me keep the other. It wasn't a big item; it was some more power poles, like those the Anderson power poles that I bought a pack of 10. And he sent the wrong size to me, and they weren't of any use. And I was just going to drive them out to him and swap them for the right ones, but he indicated he's no longer out there. And so he ended up, true to his word, good guy and all. He just mailed me the right ones and said keep the other ones, they're too expensive to send them back. So that would have been perhaps, let's see, end of 2024, maybe November, December timeframe.
Okay, that's lining up then. Yeah, he's probably moved then. Okay.
Comment.
Yeah, go ahead, comment.
Yeah, well, Wade just said, just tweaked the memory. I remember when I went to his home to pick up my radio, I said something about, there was something weird on the veranda. I can't remember what it was, but I mentioned it. And he said, oh yeah, I'm in the process of moving. So I remember him saying that, so maybe he did move. Yeah, I think he moved out east to the Maritimes somewhere. He didn't actually say, but that's the impression from my back and forth. As I said, he made it right. I mean, I couldn't use the size. He gave me some huge ones. I guess if I'm ever going to do a 200 amp DC service or something, I could use them. But anyways, nonetheless, the ones I needed, he was happy to send and didn't want me to worry about the cost of shipping the wrong ones back. That was after I offered to drive them out to Stony Creek, but I was going to stop short of driving them out east for him.
That makes sense for no more local pickup then.
That definitely would make sense for no local pickup anymore, that's for sure. And also, Chris, back to we were talking about Discord there. Did you get that piece of information from Waze? So it's very simple to do. What it does is it triggers for anybody on our Discord site that you're actually activating. So to add your call sign in there, as long as you sign in, you can do it in any spot. All you need is an exclamation, alpha bike, space, your call sign, press enter, and you're done. And what that does is, so like a lot of times I don't have the POTA app up, but I will have Discord running. And if you're activating, it'll pop up because it'll say, well, Chris is at certain park.
I did it for him.
Okay, we got two people there. Hang on 1 second, Wade. Mac, VA3IMW, go ahead.
Yep, I've already added him, so it's done.
So sometimes, sometimes I do make mistakes there, and if I sometimes have to cancel, there's going to be multiple notifications out. Okay, I don't know. If I don't have to do it, whatever. Okay.
Okay, no problem. All right, Wade wanted to say something. Go ahead, Wade.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, Mac, I saw that you did it on the spots conversation. In the end, that is functionally equivalent, but now WPT is added to your list of call signs. Every person has their own list of call signs. So that will be functionally equivalent, but it would just have to be realized that Chris has kind of delegated control of that to you as his designate at this point. If Chris wants to ever delete it, he'll have to talk to you to delete it. So I'm okay with that if you and Chris are. Ideally, Chris would run that very same command that you did, and that would be added to his list. So I think, Mac, if you were to do exclamation mark Lima Mike or exclamation mark LM, you would see your call sign, maybe call signs plural, plus Chris's in your own private list. As I said, it's going to still work. It's not going to be a problem, but it means that it's a list. It's on your list that you would be able to add and remove from, not Chris. If Chris was to do it himself later on, it won't cause a problem. The code actually deduplicates. So if for some reason the call sign shows up more than once, it's actually only going to alert once. But it will mean that he'd have to talk to you to get himself removed from it someday if that's what he wanted to do. So, that's fine with me. But ideally, Chris would run that command back to whoever, VA3IMW.
I don't know what all this means, but if I do something I shouldn't, I take no responsibility.
There's not much you can do wrong. It's really pretty simple. Basically, if you were to make a typo on your call sign, which is probably pretty unlikely, you would just add a call sign that would never match, and so nothing would happen. So it's pretty much, you can't hurt much at all. There's a very limited number of commands. Exclamation mark AM space call sign adds call to your personal list. LM, like exclamation mark LM, lists all the call signs on your list, and exclamation mark DM deletes call signs from your list. And that's pretty much all there is to it. And then once you spot yourself on POTA, then the bot sees that and it puts a post in our spotting page that all the Discord members can see.
So I don't know what all that means, and so I am doing something under somebody else's call sign now with my, I don't know. What? Huh?
No. You know what? Right now, if you were to spot yourself on POTA, then we would see that you spotted because Mac has added you to his list. So, if you are okay with that and Mac's okay with that, then that will work just fine. What it'll mean is if you ever want to be removed from that list, you'd have to talk to Mac to have it removed. The other way to go, entirely other way to go, is if you look at that Spots Conversation channel and see what Mac did, if you just do that, then you'll be in control of that list. That's all. It's something we could even show you on Discord if you wanted to, or if you're happy with as it is now, and Mac's happy to be the steward of your or designate of your call sign on the HPO Discord or HPO, HPG, whatever Discord, then that's fine too.
I don't know what lists are. It's just easier to remove me because I don't know what the hell all this means, and it's just more hassle than this is worth. I don't know what all this is. Too many commands, too many language.
But it's okay. Right now you're set. If you're okay with being set, and maybe we review it when we get together in a week. Maybe that works. If you don't like the spotting the way it happens, then we can discuss that in a week. And if you do, then there's no problem. I don't know. It's totally up to you and Mac at this point. Anyway, so that's back to the group. VA3IMW.
So if I don't like the way it happens, but how is it going to happen? Because I don't know what that. The way it happens. What do you mean?
Well, right now you don't really have to do anything. If you activate a park and you choose to spot, then all of us on Discord are going to see that you were spotted without having to visit the POTA site. That's the end of the story. So you don't have to do anything special at this point, if that's all you want. So maybe, my suggestion, try it out. If you plan to activate in the next week, then just make sure you spot yourself and you don't have to do anything else. And then you'll see all the members of HPG rush out to get in contact with you at your site.
But if I want to do something with my call sign, I have to go through somebody else who did something else with my call sign first?
Nope.
You don't have to. But right now, you're on the list because Mac put you there. You can also put yourself there, but you don't really have to. Mac put you there. Mac can remove you. And if you wanted to manage it yourself, you could do that, but you don't have to. I don't know if that makes sense.
Comment.
It does not make sense because you said I'm on somebody else's list, but what is a list? Why would I be?
Mac had a comment in there. He might be trying to clarify it. I wouldn't worry about it. You are on the Discord. Your call sign is included in the system that is going to spot you. That's all there is to it.
We maybe remove that until I know exactly what is going on, because it's like I'm going to do something on the radio or the computer and it's going to be a mystery, and can we just make me Discordless for POTA?
Well, hang on a second. So what I just did by adding you to my list on Discord, all this does is echo your spot on the POTA site onto Discord so other people can see you on Discord, like us guys. So you're not going to do anything wrong. All this thing is doing is echoing your spot. It has no other effect on any other systems whatsoever. It's just echoing your spot on POTA onto Discord. So the HPO people can see you when you're out at a park.
Well, what was this other thing that if I want to undo something or if I want to do something else, I need to go through somebody else?
No, don't worry about it. We'll chat about it next Saturday, and I'll show you what I did, and you'll be able to see the effect of it. Just echoing your spot, and then if you want to take control of that, then we can discuss the simplicity of it there over a nice hot cup of coffee.
Could we maybe take me off of the Discord thing until we talk about what it does?
Yep, whatever you like. I can take care of that.
I'm just not sure exactly. Yeah, I'd like to know what it's doing before I do unknown stuff.
VA3IMW.
Larry, it's yours. Take her away.
Just fine.
Yeah, Chris, what it does, it gives our group an advantage to know that you're out there actually doing an activation. into Discord, it would show that I'm activating. So everybody that does an activation has added this into the Discord site. It gives our group a better chance of trying to get a hold of you than just happen to go through the POTA app itself. It's kind of a off to the side, but it gives us a shot at getting at contact with you faster.
Yeah, I know what it's doing. It's just I'm not sure about having this stuff set up where I don't know how to control it myself.
There's nothing to control. You basically go onto the POTA site, POTA app. You would actually put your information there for an activation. It forces it back to our Discord site. It also says now all of a sudden we know Chris is out there doing an activation. So everybody is notified in our group that Chris is doing an activation, and we can go and help you get the activation done.
Okay.
So it's pretty simple. So there's no fear. You're not being, there's no legality behind it or anything. You're not being followed. It's just a matter that we know are out there. We're trying to help you get the activation. So if it's in our group and your name is in there, it will pop up and I'll see it. And that's why I looked there the first time because I didn't see it there. That's why I quizzed it tonight. And we were trying to help you get the activation in. No matter how many more you get after, but we want to make sure you get your 10. Okay, I think we put that one to bed. All right, any other check-ins for Friday night Zoe Ragchew? Come on in, VA3IMW.
VA3 3 November Foxtrot Golf Portable.
Okay, by D. You double up with somebody last one after NFG, go ahead. VA3CP. All right, I got Jason and Dave. Steve, go ahead, portable, please.
Yeah, good evening all. I'm just exiting my work 20 here, walking across the parking lot. Getting in the new car so I can go home and go to bed and be back here for 7:45 in the morning. Other than that, it's a nice evening out tonight. Thanks for doing that there, Larry.
Yeah, it is. It's not bad tonight. I guess it's supposed to stay warm tonight, Steve. So you're heading on your way home now?
Yep, that's the Roger. Just getting into my car now and gonna make my way home. So that bowl is ready.
All right, Steve, have a safe drive. And the weather's supposed to be decent tomorrow. You'll be able to get outside for a couple more of your breaks. So it should be nice and sunny and warm.
Yeah, let's hope so. Yeah, I saw a couple of days there we're going to get warmer temperatures again. But that's okay, because I know it's coming. We're almost done with this winter crap.
Absolutely. Where were you yesterday? Were you at the house yesterday when you were on the net, on the Simplex net with Mac?
Yeah, I was. At first I was in the wrong window. I forget Max the other direction, so I changed windows, and he said my signal picked up again. So, yeah, I was at home.
So I know when you keyed up a couple times there, I couldn't even hear like one peep out of you. There was no signal at all. People are talking to you. I'm going like, I thought you were actually mobile.
No. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I sit in the car there and use the mobile, but most times I can make it with the portable. And when the simplex net is on, I can usually do okay from one of the windows, but or I just go upstairs. That'll give me another 10 or 12 feet higher. But it won't be long now, though. We'll be getting that UHF back in the shack again. So, yeah.
Okay, Steve, you're getting a bit noisy there. All right, keep one hand on the wheel and head home and enjoy your cereal, but don't spill any milk in the microphone. And get some sleep, and you're back into work tomorrow.
Yeah, roger that. I've learned to switch radios when I have the cereal, so I switch to the Bofang when I do that. But I use the Bofang primarily for monitor, and then when I need to transmit, I switch radios to the Quanten. Okay. righto. You guys have a good night, and we'll be listening to the remainder of the net here.
Okay, Steve, safe drive. All right, Jason, DE3 ZJC, come on in, Jason.
Good evening, Larry, and everybody else on frequency. Nothing overly exciting here. Work from home. Did manage to turn the HF radio on immediately after work. Some kind of garbage conditions. Got a couple of parks hunted, and then took advantage of the warm thawing ground. I was able to get a base installed along the fence line out from the house for a multi-band HF vertical that's been sitting patiently in the back of the house waiting for me to get her up, run the coax, and start playing with that. The wire antennas are ridiculously noisy here for the HF band, so maybe the vertical would do me some good. We're going to give that a shot. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get the last of it put up. We'll take advantage late afternoon of the 20 degrees that we're supposed to have. Thanks for doing this one, Larry. I'll send it back to you.
Well, I'm going to be interested. I'm sure quite a few of us are with the vertical compared to the wires that are up to see how you make out. So if you do get the opportunity, see if you get it set up tomorrow and do a comparison.
Yep, QSL. It's not going to be above the roof line because that's too risky. I don't want it coming down on top of not power cables, but the bell lines and the Cogeco lines out in the alleyway here. But yeah, I will definitely, if I get her up and running, I fully expect to be home tomorrow and running the net. So anybody who wants to ask about it can do so.
Okay, Jason, sounds fine. Sounds good. Appreciate you checking in. Hope everything's going okay at your end. Good.
Oh, things are things. It's another day, another pile of things to deal with, and yeah, we'll leave that stuff where it is. Thanks for doing this one, Larry. I'll let you shove it over to Dave there.
Okay, thanks, Jason. All right, Dave's up. VA3CP, VE3LBI, come on in, Dave.
Yeah, good evening, Larry. VE3LBI, VA3CP. Yeah, I've been listening since, about quarter after, I guess, waiting for an opportunity to check in, but it was rather busy with one subject. I won't say any more. All right. Yeah, back to you, Larry.
Yep, not a problem. I see, by the way, I guess everybody's probably heard by now, but our new Prime Minister has dropped their carbon tax. So that's not a bad deal as far as I'm concerned. Okay, Max got a thing there that he wanted to mention about the 22nd, and I had a question. Okay, that's not my question. All right, Mac, go ahead. VA3IMW. Oh, by the way, Mac, before I do that, are you going to post that into the CODA app as an upcoming event?
I hadn't planned on it, but I could. And before we go there, Larry, there was another doubling station, call sign ending India Tango.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Another call station coming in there. Please go ahead. Is there another station trying to check into the Friday night ZOE Ragchew? Come on in, please. VE3LBI.
Hi, there was Victor Echo 3, Victor Yankee Tango, but didn't have enough watts, I guess.
Yeah, we got you now, Ed. No problem.
Yes, thank you. I hear that everybody's been having a great week and a great net here so far. I just wanted to say hello to everybody, and hey, I just wanted to ask a question, and that would be, where's a good spot to get a 10-foot galvanized pole to put an antenna on? Maybe something like what, an inch and a quarter or something like that? Home Depot.
No, go to Rona. Buy Canadian.
Okay, thanks for the quick hints. I appreciate that. That's all I was really after today. So, hoping to get out tomorrow. I hear the weather is going to be partially soggy and partially nice, so hopefully I'll hit the nice parts when I'm out.
If you get the top rails, Ed, I think they're 10 feet. They're 10 footers. The top rail, what I'm talking about is
10 feet's what I need. I figure like 4 feet on the wall, stand with a standoff, and then 6 feet over the roof line, over the edge of the roof there for the VHF UHF antenna. So improve my reception here.
I actually have two outside on the side of the garage, put together because they actually sleeve together, right? And what I did was I drilled it where the sleeve goes in. I drilled it and put a couple of screws on either side so it wouldn't turn. It's 20 feet. What's the edge of the groove? I guess the roof on the side of the roof where it's attached, like the siding portion of it, wouldn't be any more than, I don't think it's maybe 8 feet. So the rest of it's above. We got some high winds, and that thing's standing up here no problem. Like I say, I got it tied into the actual side of the garage, but that stands up there no problem. So they are quite sturdy.
Oh, that's good to hear. And you've got the 1-inch pipe or something else?
The top rail I think is 1.5 inches. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. It's all it is a top rail that goes on your frost fence. If you find the ones they got like it goes on the post and it's got like a loop, and they go through it. It's the top rail. That's what I'm using.
1.25, Larry, VA3CP.
There you go, Ed. 1.25.
Okay, well, thanks for the advice, guys. Keep me busy on the weekend if I'm not in the park.
Hey, sounds good. All right. Anybody else checking into the Friday night Zoe Ragchew? My call sign Victor Echo 3, Lima Bravo India. Come on in.
VE3IQL.
There's Terry. Come on in, Terry. VE3IQL, VE3LBI.
Yeah, V3LBI, V3IQL. Yeah, how you doing? Hi to everybody, and no traffic at all. Just to check in. Nothing new here. Back to you.
Okay. Are you aware of the activation going to be happening on the 22nd of March?
No, I'm not.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to send it over to the head honcho, the president of the whole thing that's going to be setting it all up. VA3IMW, VE3LBI. Come on in, back.
Don't call me a president. Those guys are lunatics. I'm happy to be the prime minister of the event. Anyways, yes. So again, we've attempted to do a quarterly group activation. So the first one that we did was a real success. Dundurn and Burlington Heights. We had 18 operators. So it was a great time had by all. The next one we did was a struggling success. We had less operators, but we had some really noisy conditions at Stony Creek Battlefield Park. So now to mark the spring equinox, we've chosen March 22nd. And since we had such a horrible RF noisy time down at Stony Creek Battlefield Park, we've chosen a park that is known to be one of the quietest places to make contacts, and that is Salt Fleet Conservation Area. So I'm going to be there somewhere just shortly after 11 o'clock next Saturday morning, and we're hoping to get RF active by noontime. We've got people coming in from Burlington, Oakville, one of our good friends down in St. Catharines, Walter, VE3WMI. He's my call sign yin and yang opposite. And a number of our people here in Hamilton joining us for that activation. So as many folks as possible can come out, and we'll have a sign-in log, a sign-out log. We'll be taking a electronic log for all of our contacts, and then sharing that out so that the individuals can edit it and get it uploaded for their POTA activation activator logs. We're probably going to be able to activate multiple bands, but we're really depending on Mother Nature to be kind to us. Hopefully we're not going to have sleet, hail, and all the rest of the things that mailmen say that they can fight against. Let me drop for a second. Anyways, as I said, kind of a quarterly event, and we're targeting season changes to make sure that we get calendar reminders of some sort that we need to get out there and do something. Anyways, I think we're going to have a good time, and the long-range forecast is somewhat favorable at this point in time. So Salt Fleet Conservation Area is the park. Noontime is RF kickoff, and other than that, if there's any other questions and you want to share this information with other amateurs, feel free. The more the merrier. Back to you, Larry. VE3LBI, VA3IMW.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Mac. Okay. I'll just Terry pick it up there. VE3IQL, VE3LBI. Come on in, Terry.
VE3LBI, VE3IQL in the group. Okay, well, that's interesting. I'll have to check the calendar. We may be in Peterborough that weekend, but I shall check, and if we are in Peterborough, I'll listen for it from up there and do some check-in. So, that's great. That'll be another good event for you guys, and the whole area. Haven't been to Salt Fleet in a long time. Is that a paid site, or is it free parking?
Nothing's free.
Yeah, it seemed to me I started to go there one time and saw you pay him at the parking meter there. So, okay, well, we'll definitely have a look at the weekend, see what's going on. So it should be fun. I'll turn it back to you, and I have nothing more. Just to check in. VE3IQL.
Hey, thanks, Terry. Thanks for doing so. All right, I got a couple of things here before I wrap it up. Okay, back to Mac. Yes, you can schedule in the POTA app upcoming events if you wished.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. Actually tripped over that once or twice and put an upcoming activation in there. And yeah, I can add that. I'm not sure what's the visibility. What's the benefit of that? Is there people that actually monitor that, looking for opportunities for contacts, or I'm just not sure of the functionality of the entering that information.
I think it triggers something. I don't obviously can't trigger it to a frequency, but it does trigger something. Or you know what? I'm not 100% sure myself on it, but I know people do use it. It's a good question. I don't know if anybody else has actually either put something in there to try it, Mac. Again, like I said, I know it triggers something where the people look at it or it comes up. But again, you wouldn't be able to put a frequency. Obviously, you wouldn't know it until you actually get there, right? I don't know. Maybe give it a try and see what it does do.
Comment?
Yeah, go ahead, Wade.
I think what that's for is if you expect you're going to go to a park that has poor cell phone service or internet access, that you can put yourself in for a certain expected time, and so that you're spotted in a band. But you're right, like it does have some shortcomings about what specific frequency you're on in that band. But I think that's its purpose, is just to give you an ability to pre-spot yourself for a certain time that you expect to be live in an area that you don't otherwise have internet access. That's my understanding anyways. Back to you.
Yeah, again, I don't know 100%. It might be worth the effort to put it in there, Mac, if you wish. It's up to you, by all means. And just throw it in there, and like I say, and see what happens. It would give people, I think, pre-warned of an upcoming event. Now, are you going to do this under VE3 HPO?
Well, this is something I wanted to talk to Wade about. So if Wade was going to enter VE3 HPO log, then we could simply pre-post a upcoming activation under VE3 HPO, and then we can log ourselves in on the POTA site under the Hamilton POTA Operators Group when we're activating and live on Saturday.
Comment.
Yeah, just hang on 1 second, comment. Wade, you had comments on that?
Yeah, I'm happy to run the HPO call sign again. I did that at the last one. It worked out, I think, pretty well. So I'm happy to run that one. Sounds good.
Okay, hang on for a second, Mac. I think that was Cal, VA3CDV, I believe. Go ahead, Cal.
Yeah, I think if you put an event into a Discord server, and if someone marks themselves as interested in the event, it will then send out reminders to that person. But I think the person has to mark themselves as interested.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not myself. No, I just wondered if you were going to actually. Okay, I guess something else we could probably talk about next Friday. We're getting late here. Yeah, we're 5 after 9 already. We usually try to wrap up at 9. Okay. Is there anybody else got anything else? Mac, you want to leave it alone for now, or we'll discuss it maybe one of the other nets, or we go next Friday night, whatever you wish.
We'll certainly highlight all of the activities and arrangements we're making next Friday night, so we fill in all the gaps. But Cal, thanks for your information. But we're not talking about posting this on Discord. We're talking about posting it on the POTA site as an upcoming activation. Anyways, it's all good there, Larry. You're stretching your night. Certainly appreciate you running this net, and I'll let you take a quick trip down the log for 73s. Go ahead.
Walter, you're up first, so I'll pass it to you.
Okay, very good. This is Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey with my sincerest thanks for Net Controller VE3LBI doing a wonderful job in helping us get into the weekend. Thanks very much. I'll be monitoring frequency for a bit.
Okay, thanks, Mac. All right, see if Garnet still with us. VE3AMP, VE3LBI. Just doing a 7-3 round, Garnet.
Yes, sir, Larry. And I was on that. So you see how good evening and doing. We'll talk to you next week.
Okay, thanks, Garnet. VA3WPG, Chris, VE3LBI, 7-3.
All right, 73, everyone. Have a good one, and looking forward to next Saturday. I'll catch you all there at the net before 7-3.
Okay, thanks, Chris. VE3KDT, no, if you're still with us, we're just doing a 7-3, VE3LBI. Okay, Cal, VA3CDV, VE3LBI, doing a 7-3 round, Cal.
7-3, everybody. Hope we get some good weather on the weekend, and take care. Thanks, Larry, for doing that.
Okay, not a problem. VA3NCA, VE3LBI, Wade, 7-3.
VA3LBI, VA3NCA, yeah, 7-3, Larry. Thanks for doing it, and looking forward to the event next weekend, and talk to everybody down the net, the upcoming net. There you go. VA3NCA, back to you, Larry. Thanks.
Okay, thanks, Wade. Jason, VE3, VE3 is at JC. We're just doing a 7-3 round, Jason, VE3LBI.
VE3LBI, VE3 is at JC. Thanks for doing this from Larry. 7-3 is to you and everybody else on frequency.
Thanks, Jason. VA3NFG, Steve, we're doing a 7-3 round, VE3LBI. He's already home. VA3CP, Dave, VE3LBI, 7-3. All right, very good, Larry. Just want to make a quick note. We had our first graduate of the CW course that we started up last fall, and well, it's actually going beyond that. But so anybody interested in learning CW, contact me via QRZ email and 73 all the VA3CP. Why don't you give us your email, Dave, right now, please? That's my call sign at Gmail. No, it's my protocol sign, V3LJW at Gmail. Okay, that's what I meant. Thank you. Ed, VE3VYT, VE3LBI, doing a 7-3 round, Ed.
Thanks, Larry. It's wonderful to hear all these cheery voices on here, livening up the airwaves. 73, everyone. Have a nice weekend. VE3VYT.
Thanks, Ed. Terry, last call. VE3IQL, doing a 7-3 round, Terry, VE3LBI.
Yeah, VA3IMW ZOE. Good night to everybody, and kind of fun to listen along there. You guys sound busy. VA3IMW.
Okay, last call for the Friday night ZOE Ragchew. Last call. I'm going to wrap it up. Last call. Anybody else in there? VA3LBI.
VA3CJZ.
CJZ. How's everything okay, Chuck?
Yeah, I believe someone else doubled in there with me, Larry, or with you, I mean. And yeah, sorry I missed the net. I wanted to check in with Reggie's net. I hadn't done it in a while, and he made an announcement that he's retiring from the Friday night tech net, and so it looks like I checked in at the right time.
Yeah, I noticed. Actually, if you said there was somebody else you thought, just hang on 1 second if you could, please, Chuck. Is somebody else trying to check into the Friday night ZOE Ragchew? Come on in, please.
VA3XLJ.
Okay, I got you, Vanya. Just give me. Are you mobile, Vanya?
No. Good, I'm not far.
Okay, no problem. Okay, Chuck, VA3CJZ, VE3LBI. I've talked to him a couple times on the air, and he doesn't sound 100% like he was. He just doesn't sound like himself.
Well, as to be expected, with his age and medical issues, he has his good days and not so good days. And so tonight he sounded really good. But yeah, he did mention that him and his wife have made a decision, and he's going to be heading off to Indonesia, and not bringing any computers or radio equipment with him. So he wants to focus on spending time with his wife and enjoying his the rest of his life without doing radio stuff. So that takes away time to be with his wife.
Yes, I know he had a stroke and he has cancer. He seemed to come back not too bad. I actually spoke to him not on over Echo Link, but on Skype, and a while ago, shortly after he had a stroke, and he was just coming back from that. So, and I know he had, as far as I know, he still has cancer. So he let him do what he wants, I guess, for the rest of what he has left.
Yep, exactly. You know, he came right out and said he gets confused a lot, and you know, it's best for him to step down. So I wish him well, and yeah, so that's why I missed your net there. Hope you had a good one, and hopefully I didn't miss anything, any important announcements. But thanks for doing the net, Larry, and I'll let you pick up Vanya. VE3LBI, VA3CJZ.
Yep. Okay, thanks, Chuck. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit more about the 22nd next Friday night. Mac's going to throw some stuff together. I'll throw some stuff together, and we'll kind of tie up the loose ends for the Saturday night activation. So, all right, Vanya's there. VA3XLJ. Vanya, how you doing? VE3LBI.
VA3LBI, VA3XLJ. Good evening, or more like a good night. But anyways. Yeah, good evening, Larry and everyone. And so I'm listening almost from the very beginning. Like I had to put the volume down a couple of times because I can't say I find something a little bit more interesting, but it's something a little bit more pressing to me. So I was kind of in and out of the net. Like it's I am glad actually that you called back at the very end, and I'm able now to check in to say hello to you guys, because I wasn't around the radio for quite a while now, and I'm trying to catch up, but yeah, I do miss the necessary. So I mean, I miss them all the time. Like it's just like I don't know what I'm doing with my time, so I miss most of them. Anyways, just good tonight. Back to you, Larry.
Yeah, Vanya, no fear, no worries at all. You know, other things get priority. Radio is probably, well, I'd say second, but there's obviously probably somewhere down around Ragchew. I'm glad to hear your voice in there. And I'm glad you were listening along what you could from the beginning. So hopefully you'll get out with these guys the 22nd and enjoy the day with them. So other than that, anything else to add, Bonnie, before I close it up?
I don't know. Yeah. Maybe we're gonna take a trip to go somewhere and activate the park, like Martin and I. But it's not gonna be too far. I just have to figure out what shift my wife she's working. So we will see. Like if she's night shift, then we might go late afternoon. If it's day shift, we will try to hit the road like as early as I can and then try to make activation. Other than that, like it's not as many plans. Anyways, it's 7-3 round also, so 7-3 guys, and hopefully we'll be talking again on next Friday. VA3 at ZOE.
Hey, Vanya, listen, just be careful. Don't get stuck in the snow. The way things are melting, don't get stuck in the mud. So, all right, very good. Thanks, Vanya, for coming in to clean it up tonight here. All right, I think that's it. Unless there's any other check-ins. Last call for the Friday night ZOE Ragchew. Okay, folks, thanks again. I appreciate it. Like I say, I just write down the names and the call signs. You guys make the conversation, make the net. I'd like to thank Terry, VA3IMW for the use of that repeater. My call sign is Victor Echo 3 Lima Bravo India. I'll turn the repeater back over to Normandy 7-3. I'll be back probably in about 5 or 10 minutes.
Smoke them if you got them. 7-3's one wrong. That brings the net to a close.